All right, we are recording. Welcome to our training today. Hope on Fire. I hope you guys like our new name. Do you guys like it? Cheryl and Amber that are on?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. So today we had a few announcements. Liz just brought up how next Thursday is coach training, client presentation and coach training in Sandy. I believe it's 6:30 to 8:30 in at Jordan Commons, and so that's next Thursday. For anybody that wants to go, I know I'm going. Sounded like Vicki was probably. I mean, Liz was probably going.
Wish.
Vicki was going.
I wish.
And another announcement is we've often done these trainings. Sorry, I need to turn that off. We've often done these trainings every other week, but since we got back from Go Global, we felt like there's so much awesome info that for this month we're gonna do them every week. So probably like every week till the kids are out of school, and then we'll probably switch to every other week again. But we just had a lot of fun and a lot of good education while we were there. I learned a lot of things. So anyway, does anybody else have any other announcements they can think of?
Well,
Okay. Does anybody have any non-rank victories? So we do non-scale victories with our clients all the time to help them not just focus on the number on the scale. So the coach version of that in these trainings, we do non-rank victories. So we're not stuck on thinking about a rank, but just some victories that we have had in coaching. Does anyone have something they want to share from this past week? Or past couple weeks? I guess it's been a little while.
I'm sure that I do. There's just been so much going on that honestly, my brain is a jumble and I can't keep track of it all. But I've had, a couple new clients start in the last, week or so, and they have been doing super well and, really kind of plugged in, and that's been exciting. And I love when they're excited. And then I don't remember. I've had some clients doing well, so that's been good. If I could think of more specifics, if I remember, I'll let you know.
That's wonderful.
It's fun when clients start having aha moments and start really, getting into the program. And that's awesome.
I have one. My sister. My sister has been a very interesting client. Doing family can be kind of, a learning experience, right? And she came back this time. She was so excited and she was so worried that I was going to be upset with her that she had a piece of wheat toast. And I think it was a little bit shocking for her. I said, well, gee, how did it taste good? Or is what you thought it was going to be like? And it was just fun to be able to talk to my sister about life is good, that you don't have to feel like this is evil or this one is evil. It's just that, did you enjoy it? It was your choice, and to move on. It was kind of a fun thing to be able to share with her. There we go.
That's awesome. I know a little something about working with my sister. Hey, Cheryl.
You do.
It's awesome. I love that. I think it's made us closer. So that's cool. That's really cool. Anybody else? Okay, well, if not, I want to turn the time over to Vicki to open us up with to kind of explain what we're going to be talking about today.
Okay, this will be good. This is kind of fun. All of you guys here know that last week was a really fun, exciting week for going to a conference in Florida, and it started out really nice for us. Cammie came a little bit early there too, and we got to go on this out into this swamp, and Cammie got to kayak with alligators. And that was kind of a really fun thing. And she was scared of it. And it was just fun because she got out there and she did it, and she was there with us. Even kayaking, that was new to her. But by the time we got back, I mean, she was so cool with the whole thing. It was fun to share that with her. And then we jumped into this conference, which has left us with kind of this real burning, when you're all together and you can feel the energy and you hear the stories and you see the hope that isn't just hope, it is absolutely reality in people's lives, the changes and the incredible things that happen. This saying, this hope on fire, it's so real when you're with a bunch of wonderful people and you have incredible purpose. So that's kind of what we're trying to share this time, is that feeling of just really being on fire, because you have something incredible to share with each other. Then my husband and I went to the Kennedy Space Center, and that was even like this extra boost, like those staged rockets where you go real high and then you go high and then you kind of take off. But in there, fire and getting ready and being able to push off, it's really what helps send it into where the mission, where they are actually going. And that's why we really need each other to be able to do this. The training today is about one of the incredible tools that we have in order to build this fire with us, with each other for coaches, but also with our clients, and even with potential clients that are just they're interested, but they don't know exactly if this is going to be the right fit. This is that is so helpful, even for clients that are losing a little bit of their fire and they are not sure about where they want to go. This is still an incredible tool to be able to use. So here we go, okay? Most of us, let's see if I can share this. There it is. Okay, it's doing three-way conversations. Just all in all, just personally, I want to tell you that doing three-way conversations with Liz has really changed the way that my confidence. It has helped my clients. It has been one of the big reasons that I can that I feel like that I can get better, is because I have her support and I know it, and my clients have felt this too. Liz, can you tell us why you think maybe three-way calls are so important?
For sure. Now, Vicki, are we talking about like the health assessment calls or the tip calls?
All of them. Just why three-way call is important.
Why it's important. Well, I think that they are important for lots of reasons. It really helps to hear somebody else do something, because even when I am listening to a new coach do a health assessment or a practice call, for example, I learn so much about, like, I see things that maybe I do that I shouldn't do, or I see things that they do that are great and that I want to change. And so it's really great to hear somebody else put that in practice. But also when a client can hear another voice saying, and agreeing that giving them confidence and saying that the program will work for them, and just having that boost of confidence from more than one person, that's really helpful. So, it's about connection and having more support than just one person, just making them feel supported, but also learning from each other as we're doing it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Sometimes you think of it, you have your light, you have what you can give, and it can only light the room so much, but you add these other lights in it, and more people there and lighting more candles, it gets brighter. So it is such an important thing to be able to connect, and three conversations That's
I often think about like us as when we were younger, or our own kids. Like as parents, we tell our kids the same things over and over and over that they should do, but because it's coming from us, they don't really listen. But sometimes just another voice saying something, like it's like a light, like you said, aha moment, like they never heard it before. So just hearing it more than once, I think is important too.
It's real important. And it really does help. I don't know what it is about our brains. If there is more people that agree with us, it really does help our worries or our concerns as well too. So this is the Optavia three-way conversation tips. And let's just kind of zoom through it real quick, all right? Three-way conversations, they can happen in a number of ways. They can be on the phone, and if you guys are not, all of you, I know, are very familiar with how to do that on a telephone. But on a telephone, boy, does that age me. On your cell phone, okay? Not on the old dial-ups that we had, but on a cell phone, conversing like Zoom like this, you can go and see them face to face. There are even other ways. There's the Marco Polo things. There are, I even use just the Messenger sometimes on Facebook. You can do a video and see each other face to face on that one. That works for some of these, some very interesting help, and it's been very helpful. So there are a number of different ways, not just one only way that works the best. And they should only take maybe about 20 to 30 minutes. If we're going a lot longer than that, our brains only really retain so much. If we can make it to the point and answer their questions. I like this last part of it that says that the candidate needs to do most of the talking. What a nice reminder, right? We ask questions, we listen to what they say, and then we can ask another question about what they need about what they said. We can lead and direct it, that kind of thing, but listening is huge in all of these conversations, and that doesn't change with the three-way. And you can also take notes. Taking notes is really good. These are two of the ways, using the health assessment or the well-being evaluation, but there's also other ways to do this. Does anybody have some favorite ways that they keep notes on what people say? Do you guys keep notes when people are talking?
I probably have not the best way, but I always grab a scrap of paper and I write notes, and then I find them like randomly weeks later, and I think, who is this? But I think it would be great, like, to just pull out, maybe have a notebook, or if you're the coach on the health assessment, even making notes, because a lot of times a client will say something that maybe you don't know about them to your coach, or sometimes if a client is struggling and you get on the call with a mentor coach, they'll say things that you never knew. Like, I don't know if they forget to tell you or what, but sometimes new things will come out. So I think that's helpful to take notes for sure.
Okay, and you would have an idea of how you want to, I'm the same way, it's like, and then I take that scrap of paper and put it with my other stuff, if we can, it's been on napkins, it's been on a whole lot of things. So thinking through, how do you want to take notes for your, for these conversations? There are some forms that you can just, if you have your health assessment printed out, you can fill things out and write your notes on the back of it. But you might want to think about what would be a good way to be able to keep a good record of this, because it's not always that easy. Okay, this is an important one too. On the day that you're scheduled, confirm the time with your candidate and with your business coach. Everybody gets busy. Everybody kind of needs to make changes sometimes. So confirming it is a good professional practice. It can be in the text groups, it can be in a group chat, it can be in a lot of different ways, but remember that step. Let's see, before the conversation, it's really good to call your business coach, your mentor, beforehand. This is up to the coach. This is the coach doing things. We really want to be not just empathetic and a good coach. We want to be professional. This is our job. And so making sure we make that connection, we get a hold of our business coach, we take responsibility for that, and making sure that they know some of the details and some background. So call them a few minutes early so you can be sure to fill them in. And during the conversation, this is kind of an interesting way that they go through it, but it's, in general, it is making connections and how to make connections. You want to, it says increase their value, but you just tell them how wonderful you think this one, your coach is. You let them know how wonderful their client is so that they have some kind of a basis to be able to connect. This needs to be authentic and real, and not just a kind of a surface thing, but to try, before you get into all of these other things, to make that kind of connection. Think about it, how you connect. Then let's see, this is an important part of it, is that this three-way connection, this three-way call, is to let your business coach, to let your mentor support you and support your client. So you let them talk. You let them let them lead the talk from after the introductions. Let this be kind of a natural process. And it is okay to let go and to let the process happen. Your coach and your mentor coach will bring you in. In fact, it's a really good practice to include it, to let that other coach have a word in edgewise, to let them have it, to have a chance to contribute and not have to jump in to be able to say something. So let everyone have a chance to contribute to a call. All right, here we go. Now the neat part of it is afterward. Oh, this is such an important one. I don't know if I can get my little arrow over there. But this debrief afterward, that can be very important. So please, coaches, and take a moment to be able to have that teaching moment with your mentor and open yourself up to be able to hear. And I'll bet you anything that they say wonderful things about you and not things that you have to worry about. They'll say wonderful things, and they might make a suggestion to help make it better. But this is the teaching moment. This is what we need. We need to be humble enough to be able to accept these kind of things. And when we do, it helps our light burn brighter. It helps us to be able to be more clear when we are doing these kind of calls. Then after the conversation, okay, you debrief, it says, you go over the call to see what happened, reviewing the notes, and then you can also ask your coach, okay, how about next steps? What do we do next? Remember that the goal isn't to just to get somebody. It is to be able to help them to be able to grow, and they can feel whether it is a hard sell, or whether it is or whether this is something that you really want. Is there anything else that you guys can add about doing three-way calls before we make we do an example of what a tip call is? Any other comments?
Yeah, so I wanted to say something about the different kinds of three-way calls, just for some of the new coaches that aren't really sure what is what. So one of the things that we do are three-way calls with health assessments, especially when you're brand new. We call them practice calls. But it's not only for when you're brand new, because you can keep doing those three-way calls sometimes when you have a health assessment with somebody maybe who is a nursing mom and you haven't had that experience. Maybe you could call, Liz or I, who has, done that, and, have them on the call with you. to do that three-way call, or somebody with diabetes, or something else that maybe someone else has had experience with somebody. You can always do that, and just sometimes just to kind of have that extra power, and you add that extra person, because this is all called team coaching. This is the power of team coaching, and I love it because we all support each other. Another call that we do that's three-way calls is a celebration or a tip call, and we're going to go over this tip call in more detail. But that's something you do usually the first week after that they have been on program, and then for other milestones like maybe 1 month or maybe 25 pounds or 50 pounds down or something like that, you'll do that again with your mentor as well. And then another one is a struggling call. So if you have a client that's struggling, bring on your mentor and do a three-way call. So those are kind of the 3 times I can think of that we really use those. Do you have another one, Vicki?
I do. It's like when someone is interested in being a coach.
Oh, yeah.
That one too, we get on there. Do you guys remember your three-way calls when you were interested in being a coach and learning more in a group like that too? And even if you're a coach and you're struggling, what do? Do a three-way call. Even if you have a call that you want to, you need to talk to Liz, and you just want to be able to grow your business a little bit more. What do? Get on a three-way call so you know that everybody involved is supported, and you can really feel, honestly, that fire burning. And that's why we do these. All right? There we go. Any more?
Vicki, I've been on mute because I have a little boy running around. He's kind of noisy. But I just want to say, like Liz just the other day, I had her jump on and I've been a coach for 5 years but she went on and did an explore call with someone that was interested in coaching, because I just wanted to hear and be refreshed on how she did things. And then just this morning, Amber and I did a tip call, and it was a struggling client as well, but it's just really important that as mentor coaches, we can validate the health coach. So just telling her, you're in good hands, trust Amber, she's the best, she's amazing, because then it puts the trust from the client back on those coaches. I think it's just a great way to validate them.
That's really good. I think there's one more thing that we might put in here before we do the tip call, is that we can encourage, use this as a layering piece in a lot of these calls to help introduce coaching to our clients. And we can do that even from the very beginning. And in a good tip call, that will be part of it too, to let them know that this is that, they have that potential, that when people start asking, that they can, that they'll have this choice. And also just to cheer on their coach too, to make sure that their coach, tell them how awesome they are, and how powerful, how truly powerful that can be even in their journey, to be able to be grateful for all this and to be able to share it with others. Are we about ready, you guys? You ready for the tip call? Okay. All right. I have this awesome client, Cammie, and I would really love her to meet my mentor coach, Alina. She is, she's at the end of her first week, and she is kind of I just want to celebrate her. She's made it through some struggles, and also, but she is really shining. And I want to just let my coach know, and to make sure Cammie knows that Alina is part of my team, and that all of the things that we're talking about, the power of being able to do it all together. So here we go. Right? Ring. Hey, I got my phone, right? Hi. I'm so glad that we could meet together. I can't believe this. Cammie, this is one of my favorite people. Alina is my mentor coach, and she has been there for me, and I am excited for her to get to know you. And Cammie, this is And Alina, oh, I'm not doing so good. So well. Oh, well. But Alina, Cami has been incredible. She has wanted this, and even from the beginning, I knew that this was going to be more than just a diet for her. And I can't wait for her to be able to tell you more about her journey.
Well, that's awesome. I'm so happy to meet you, Cami. Hi.
Hi, Alina.
Congratulations on finishing your first week on program. Is that right?
Yes, I just finished week 1.
Wonderful. Well, that's quite a thing to celebrate. 1 whole week down. Can you share with me some of your successes from this week?
Sure. So I have been on program, like I said, for a week, and I lost 5 pounds this week, so I'm super excited about that.
Yay.
And I'm already sleeping better. I'm just amazed how I'm sleeping better, and yeah, I'm really excited. I feel great.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's definitely something to celebrate. 5 pounds, that's amazing. And sleeping better, oh, that's so important. So I'm happy for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're really doing a good job, and your coach is bragging about you, and we're on your team. We're on your side, cheering you on for sure. So congratulations on 1 week and 5 pounds, and doing well. That's great. Is it okay if I ask you a few questions to kind of make sure that you've got things figured out with the program so far?
Sure, of course.
Okay, awesome. So I just wanted to make sure, are you eating every 2 to 3 hours? Are you making sure to have that timing right for your fueling?
Yeah, Vicki told me to set an alarm on my phone, so I made sure to do that.
That's a great idea.
And that's really helpful. So yeah, that part's easy. I love that I don't have to like prep anything or chop any vegetables. It's really nice.
That's great. Vicki's awesome. She's got great ideas, so that's great. Do you have all 5 of your fuelings, or are there some days where you're not having 5?
Nope, I have had all 5 every time. It's pretty nice.
Perfect. Awesome. And do you always eat within 1 hour of waking up?
Yeah, I really like to eat as soon as I wake up. It just helps me feel so much better. So that's been easy from the beginning.
Okay, good. Well, that's excellent. What do you drink coffee?
No, not at all. No caffeine.
Okay. And about what time are you going to bed at night?
Usually about 10 or 10:30.
Yeah, okay. And do you fall asleep pretty quickly, or has that been a struggle?
I really struggled before the program, but the last few days I've been able to fall asleep better. I don't know what the difference is, but I feel a lot better about that.
Great. Oh, that's good. So you're feeling like you're getting better sleep because you're falling asleep faster?
Yeah, for sure.
Longer? Good. How much water do you drink? Water.
I have a big 30-ounce water bottle that I fill up 3 times. So I think I've been about like 80 to 90 ounces a day this week.
Awesome. Yeah, that's spot on. That's great. And what kind of water bottle? How do you like to have your water?
I have one of the big metal ones.
Yeah.
That just keeps it cold all day. So.
Oh, perfect. You like your water cold? That's
yes.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. I know I like to drink mine with a big straw. As long as I've got a water bottle with a big straw, then it makes it easy to get that water. So
yeah,
good. I'm glad you're keeping track. What about your lean and greens? What kinds of things have you been having for lean and green this week?
I've kept it pretty simple, just chicken, and we had egg beaters one day because I saw that in the guide. And then that's kind of just this. We've just been as simple as we can this week with just like 1 or 2 vegetables and then a protein. Sorry, guys.
Hi. Well, that's good. Okay, so chicken and vegetables has been kind of a staple with egg beaters a couple times in there.
Yeah.
So you know how much to have. Do you have a scale? Have you been weighing your protein?
No, I just am kind of guessing. Is that okay?
Well, it's best if you use a scale because it really does make a difference. When you're using that. So They're not expensive, like $10, $20 if you want to pick one up. I would recommend you doing that so that you can really know how much 6 ounces of chicken breast really looks like, right? You want to make sure you're getting the right amount of protein.
Yeah, I think I probably need to get a little bit more. I don't feel like I'm getting enough.
Yeah, and that would help to eliminate the guessing game and kind of mental stress sometimes where you're like, I think this is right, I'm not sure, then you just know. So yeah, get that scale. That will really help you out. So yeah, okay. And then what about the veggies? Do you know about how much you're having when you have veggies?
I'm just kind of trying to use like measuring cups to get them out, but I think I'm really close to the 3 servings. So.
Okay. So yeah, just a reminder that the vegetables, like if you were to have, green beans or broccoli or something like that, and have those steamed or cooked or something, then you would have half a cup is 1 serving. Did you know that part already?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Vicki told me that. So.
Good. And then with the lettuce, it's a whole cup. So you just want to make sure you're doing the right amount. Okay, good. Yeah. And then 3 servings. Excellent. What about your activity level? Have you been walking? I know usually in the first week we keep it low, keep it real light activity, but is there anything that you've been doing?
I just like to walk right now, and it's still kind of cold outside, so I've just been trying to walk every day. I haven't added anything else yet.
Okay, good. Have you been able to watch our Wednesday night webinar? Did you catch that this week?
Yeah, I love those, and I love the playback. It's so nice.
Yeah, that's
Vicki sent me that.
Good. Yeah, I love that too, because even if you can't watch it at that time, you can always go back. So
yeah.
Good. It sounds like you're doing fantastic. So I'm, you're doing everything right. The only thing I would, maybe make sure that you're doing a little bit better is just the protein, measuring that. But really, you're doing awesome. Like I'm impressed. Only 1 week of this, right? Then there's a lot to learn, right? But you're really, fitting it all in nicely. So good job. And Vicki's been keeping you well prepared. So that's great. So do you mind if I share just a few tips on helping you to be successful as you continue on?
For sure. I'd love that.
Great. So, one thing I want to say is be close to your coach. You already know that Vicki is amazing. And even on bad days, if you don't feel like answering the phone, it's probably a time where you need it even more. So stay close to your health coach. She'll help you a lot. Those webinars too, really plugging into the education and the Habits of Health book. That's really going to help you to learn what you need to have it be long term. Just a moment. I'm going to get my baby, and then I'll give you my last tip. She's not having it. She's not having the toys on the floor. There she is. So my last tip is make sure that you are, so you're going to be, melting away 5 pounds already. You're going to keep going close to your goal. And, sometimes it's really helpful for you to have somebody else on your journey with you, and to not, keep what you're doing hidden, to recognize that this is a good program that you've been liking, and it's been helping you with your sleep and get to your health goals, and that's great. So most clients will have people notice, and they'll ask them, what's going on? What are you doing? So a great thing. Sorry, Liz, do you want to take this part? She's gonna take over just because we're running low on time, and my baby's crying, and I don't know how to hear.
Sure. All right. Well, Cami, I am just so impressed with how well you're doing. Are people noticing your weight loss? Have anyone asked what you were doing?
Not really my weight loss. They just have wondered what the weird.
Been 1 week, right?
Yeah, they're wondering what the foods are that I'm eating. They're just asking what those are. So
they're just starting to notice. And this isn't in the script, so I shouldn't say this, but I always like to plant that seed of, people are going to notice. They're going to start asking you, and it's so much fun, and it's important to create that community of support. And so, Cami, what most of our clients do is they will do a thank you post to their coach on Facebook and just kind of share what they're excited about. Is that something that you'd be willing to do if we sent you exactly kind of what you could post and thank Alina for helping you so far?
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to do that.
Okay. And I don't know if Alina told you, but she actually gives a great thank you credit, like for anyone that joined you on your journey, that will help pay for your next order. So that's a lot of fun. And it's so fun to have friends join you. It's going to be really helping you to be successful if you have other people getting healthy with you. So I think you're going to be surprised how many other people are struggling just like you were and want to get healthy with you. So that will be fun to see. I want to see that. So Alina, tag me when she posts, because I want to see that post. I want to see what her friends say.
And I will too.
Perfect.
Wonderful. So proud of all you guys, and thank you. Thank you very much. I hope that